You scroll past another perfect product ad, just one click from a massive payday for a scammer. In 2025, nearly half of online impulse buys end in heartbreak or fraud, with $48 billion vanishing worldwide and social platforms like Facebook and Instagram turning into digital minefields. Flash sale countdowns, bot-driven 5-star reviews, and disappearing storefronts aren't rare dangers. They're the new normal, ensnaring Gen Z and seasoned shoppers alike. But while most advice is outdated, this expose uncovers the 8 online shopping scams you must avoid at all costs and reveals 2 red flags that can actually protect your wallet. The risks are far bigger and sneakier than you've been told. So, how do these scams work, and how can you spot the traps before it's too late? It starts with a tap. You're scrolling Instagram or Facebook, and there's the ad, clean logo, pro-level photos, a deal that feels too good to ignore. Maybe it's a must-have gadget, a trending sneaker, or a skincare set with influencer reviews stacked below. The shop profile looks real enough. A handful of posts, a blue badge, even a few comments. You click through, fill in your shipping info, and the payment goes through in seconds. But then the profile vanishes. The shop's gone, your DMs bounce back, and every trace of the store evaporates before you can even file a complaint. According to Avast's 2025 data, 23% of social media-based scams trace back to these fake eShop ads. The trick is in the targeting. Scammers pay to reach impulse shoppers, cloning the look of real brands and using ad tools to zero in on the next victim. The moment you buy, your data's harvested, your money's gone, and the storefront is already being wiped from the platform. No tracking number, no refund, no recourse. Just a digital ghost and a lesson learned too late. The timer ticks down. Red numbers flashing under a headline screaming, "Flash sale ends soon." You feel the pressure. Seconds left, only 2 items in stock, the deal of the year about to vanish. But here's the catch. Refresh the page, and that 15-minute clock magically resets. Come back tomorrow, and the same timer greets you, counting down from scratch. This isn't urgency, it's theater. In 2024, the Irish consumer watchdog took Temu to court for exactly this trick. Investigators proved those timers had no real deadline. Every shopper faced a personalized, never-ending countdown. The legal win forced platforms to strip out fake urgency bars, at least in parts of Europe. But the tactic keeps spreading. 48% more fake timer scams this year alone. These bars aren't just annoying. They're designed to hijack your decision-making, pushing you to buy before you can think or check the details. Next time a site tries to hustle you with a flashing clock, remember, if the deadline never comes, neither will the deal. Rows of plastic chairs, a wall of glowing screens, and the hum of keyboards. Inside a Shenzhen review room, the real product isn't a gadget or a pair of shoes. It's trust, manufactured at scale. Workers juggle 20 phones each, logging into fake accounts to post 5-star reviews in rapid-fire bursts. But the real engine is invisible. AI bots, trained to mimic real shoppers, now churn out glowing praise by the thousands. A single product can gain hundreds of verified reviews in an hour, all written by algorithms tuned to sound just like you or your friends. The Shoppo study from 2025 found that 30% of all online reviews are now fake, clusters of identical praise, posted within minutes, often using the same recycled phrases. The result? A wall of 5 stars that drowns out real feedback and buries complaints. Shoppers see nothing but perfection, but return rates on these bot-boosted items run 60% higher than average. The gap between promise and reality keeps growing, and the seller behind the curtain is just a line of code. A velvet pouch, a gold-stamped card, a promise of luxury, until customs slaps a seizure notice on your door. The counterfeit pipeline runs deeper than a few fake logos on handbags. According to the OECD, more than 2.3% of all global trade now flows through the shadow world of knockoffs. Interpol's latest numbers show a 22% surge in luxury seizures across Europe since 2022. Handbags, watches, even headphones, all with forged authenticity cards tucked inside. Buyers think they're scoring a deal, but the real bill comes later. Fines at the border, goods destroyed, and credit card numbers floating in criminal forums. Digital watchdogs track shipments, flagging packages that don't match declared values or sender addresses. Some buyers even face legal threats for importing fakes, not just losing their money but risking a criminal record. The pipeline keeps churning. Every fake certificate, every cloned influencer video, another brick in a global scam worth billions. The promise of luxury, delivered as a legal headache in a pile of worthless plastic. A stranger calls, and it sounds just like your bank, or your boss, or even your mom. The voice is perfect. The number checks out. But the person on the other end is an AI, trained on seconds of real audio, now running a script to steal your login or payment details. In 2024, deepfake voice scams, also known as vishing, jumped by triple digits, with security firms tracking a surge of AI-powered impersonation attempts across every major shopping season. Meanwhile, synthetic identities, built from a patchwork of stolen data and AI-generated faces, are opening fake buyer and seller accounts faster than banks and marketplaces can respond. Industry analysts peg synthetic identity fraud as rising 25 to 35% this year alone. These ghost accounts slip past basic checks, cashing out with refund fraud or chargeback abuse before vanishing. The seller you think you're talking to might not even be human. The next support call could be a bot, not a person. And the payment account behind that perfect storefront might never have existed at all. A checkout page promises 24-hour shipping, tracking numbers in minutes, a warehouse somewhere in Shenzhen, and prices so low they barely cover postage. But for 1 in 3 shoppers, the box never leaves China. The Better Business Bureau logged a spike in complaints. 34% of orders from these drop-shipping ghost sites simply vanish, no refund, no reply. The seller's contact link leads to a dead email, the site's domain is barely a month old, and the return policy is just a copy-paste from a real store. Meanwhile, a different lure circulates, an angry ex-employee spilling a secret code for insider discounts. It's bait. The link leads to a phishing page, harvesting payment details and personal info with every click. The only thing delivered is regret, and the invisible seller is already spinning up the next storefront under a new name. The refund game flips the script. Now it's buyers running the scam. Organized rings place orders, accept delivery, then hit the chargeback button, claiming the goods never arrived or were unauthorized. Sellers are left fighting a battle they almost always lose. Wardrobing takes it further. High-end sneakers, designer jackets, even electronics sent back after a weekend's use, with tags reattached and stories rehearsed. The numbers are staggering. $100 billion lost to friendly fraud chargebacks in 2025 alone, with nearly half of all online merchants reporting direct impact. Every fake dispute or return means higher costs, stricter policies, and more hoops for honest shoppers. The invisible seller isn't always a scammer. Sometimes it's the buyer exploiting the system, and the fallout lands on everyone else's doorstep. Every scam in this list, no matter how slick or high-tech, falls apart when you check just 2 things. First, payment method. If a store only takes wire transfers or cryptocurrency, walk away. Credit cards and PayPal are built for buyer protection. 85% of fraud losses get refunded when you dispute. With wires or crypto, that number drops to 0. No chargebacks, no recovery, no second chances. Second, the domain. scam sites almost always hide behind new registrations. 78% are less than 6 months old, according to threat intelligence studies. Plug the web address into a domain checker. If it's fresh, or the contact page lists nothing but a web form or a fake phone number, odds are you're staring at a digital trap. These two checks, payment and domain age, aren't just red flags. They're your early warning system. Use them and you turn the tables. One quick search, one card instead of a wire, and you keep your money, your data, and your peace of mind. Pass it on. The more people know, the harder it gets for scammers to win. As of 2025, e-commerce scams account for $48 billion in global losses, with 73% of U.S. adults reporting some form of online shopping scam. This documentary has revealed how fake social media shops, AI-driven review farms, counterfeit luxury goods, and even friendly fraud chargeback rings now exploit both technology and trust. While researchers have exposed tactics behind fake urgency bars and ghost dropship sites, much about evolving scam networks and their leadership remains unknown, often shielded by untraceable domains and anonymous payment methods. What is clear, using credit cards or PayPal recovers around 85% of fraud losses, while wire transfers and crypto offer no protection. Nearly 80% of scam sites are less than 6 months old, with unverifiable contact details. The evidence shows that vigilance, checking payment security and verifying seller information, remains the most effective defense. Online shopping continues to evolve, but so do the scams. Staying informed and skeptical is not just a precaution, it's essential in the digital marketplace.